Hello, 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 everyone. It's Tuesday. Today, we're going to talk about the help and support that you need post-birth coming home from the hospital. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel, like this video, and comment below about other video suggestion topics. So, the first type of support that I like to talk about is cleaning. Cleaning. You are going to need so much help organizing, sanitizing when you're coming home, and cleaning afterwards. So what I will say is I had a tremendous amount of support in this area. My brother's girlfriend came by while we were in the hospital and sanitized the whole house. She organized things that weren't organized. She straightened up where it wasn't straight, just because when I had my son, we were not expecting to go in and have him that day. And so the house was kind of in disarray. Not really, but I hadn't planned on that being the last time, I was in the house. So, there were dishes in the sink, there was clothes everywhere, there was stuff going on, and Gina bagged that stuff up and put it in a closet so that when we came home, it was like a breath of fresh air. Like literally, I almost cried because the house looked so beautiful. Things were all set up for the baby, and we were able to just relax for about a week or so until we would, go through those bags and go through the things that we had left out. We were just so happy to have our home, together when we came home with the baby. Aside from that, even after that, you are sleep deprived. You have this baby who you have to hold all the time when he's not asleep. And when he's asleep, people tell you that you're supposed to sleep. So how can you ever clean? So when people come over, their job is not to sit and look at you. Their job is to help you. And so I really didn't grasp that until I had my own son, until I had that whole experience myself. Because when Rosie had her baby, I was like, yeah, I'm going to be coming by to see the baby. And she's like, yeah, but I mean, are you going to wash some dishes? Are you going to cook? I'm like, why would I be cooking when I can be playing with the baby? Well, now that I've gone through the experience, I'm like, yeah, I don't need you to play with the baby. I can play with the baby. I need you to do things that I can't do, like clean, like cook. My mom would come by and she would clean the kitchen. She would straighten up the living room and other areas in the house and put things up the way they needed to be, just so that I could get an ounce of relief and I could really sleep or rest or do anything that I needed to do besides having to worry about keeping the house clean. You also need someone to watch the baby while you nap. So you have been up all night feeding the baby, changing his diaper, burping him. You're so tired. The baby is sound asleep, but then you try to get a little rest and the baby wakes up. For whatever reason, you need someone there that will just watch the baby just so that you can have a sound sleep. Because even when you're napping, when they're napping, you're always kind of mindful of what he's doing and making sure that he's okay over there, making sure that he's breathing properly. You're always like, the motherhood instincts really kick in. Are you really getting a sound sleep? Probably not. But if somebody that you trust comes over and watches the baby while you just take even a 30-minute nap, that makes all of the difference in the world. Food. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You know what? Mine started while pregnant. My family took care of me. I always had food. Even my husband would say, I like when you're pregnant because I get all kind of food, because I would share some of it with him. I mean, people barbecue, everything I wanted, people would buy me while I was pregnant. Well, unfortunately, when the baby comes, that doesn't stop. That doesn't stop. You still need food, because who's cooking? And yeah, my plan, I had went on Pinterest and I had thought of all of these really good slow cooker meals that I could slow cook and freeze, and my husband would thaw it out and we'd eat it for a few days. And, I had all of these plans, but when you give birth unexpectedly, all those plans go out the window. People coming to bring by food, people saying, hey, I'll bring some food by and cook it at your house. Or what do you have in your refrigerator? I will cook it for you. All of those things are really, really, really helpful, because that's another thing to take off of your mind, while you are trying to care for a newborn baby, because it is hard. Another thing is you need good advice. And I want to specify the word good advice, even great advice. Everybody's going to give you advice. I'll tell you that right now. Everybody's going to give you advice when you come home with a baby. It's really important that you take the advice that is helpful to you, that you take it, that you let it resonate, that you figure out ways to implement it. And then, some of the things that are not helpful to you, you just kind of, let it go. But it's really important that you listen to some of the things, because what I will say is this. A man who is done learning is done living. And that goes for a woman as well. So, yeah, I get, the whole thing where they're just like, yeah, this is my baby. We're going to figure it out. But you know what? We're not the first women to have babies. Women have been having babies since the beginning of time, and sometimes they know a lot about what's going on. You can Google symptoms and you can Google all of this stuff, but 9 times out of 10, my Auntie Robin and my mom will tell me exactly what's going on before I even do that, or tell me, hey, like, this is how you get them on a schedule, or hey, this is how you do this or that, or you can have people that you can call for counsel. I've called my cousin Summer a couple of times just to ask her about certain things, because she has 3 kids. People who have been through this can really help you through this process. And so when you're feeling alone and you're feeling like you don't know what's what, and you're feeling like you're not doing things right, or you're putting too much pressure on yourself, sometimes it takes someone to say, hey girl, listen, this is how you get through this, or hey, you're doing fine, or hey, offering a good word of advice. Another bit of support that you need is for sure someone to keep you on your toes. I have talked about before about how tired you are, about how discombobulated you are, about how you're really not feeling yourself, you're not feeling up to anything. Well, the pregnancy brain does not stop with pregnancy. It gets worse. I mean, you're delirious. And so you need somebody that's going to say, Tuesday, where's your phone? Tuesday, what's going on? Tuesday, didn't you say you had to do this? I kept my little cousin around. I kept my nieces and nephews around. I kept my husband and people around that I'll say, hey, remind me this, or hey, when I go into the kitchen, this is what I'm going into the kitchen for, because I will go into the kitchen and be like, what am I doing here? So you need somebody that's going to say, hey, you were going to pour yourself some water. Another thing that I would say that you need, and I am so grateful that I have, is a supportive partner. I have my husband. I have somebody that's in the trenches with me. I mean, somebody that's getting up with me. One thing I will say is I'm extremely grateful that we are a team. At night, we like tag team the baby. It's like, okay, babe, you feed him. Okay, babe, you burp him. We have a system going on, and neither one of us is complaining to the other one about what we're doing. We just getting it done because we are both tired. That kind of stuff, it really means a lot, and I'm so grateful that my husband and I have that type of teamwork. Another ounce of support or help that I do believe that you need, and that was very helpful to me, was supplies. Supplies that you would never think about. I mean, you go to Target after the baby shower and you buy all this stuff that was on your registry, but there are things that you just did not think about. I was very fortunate that before I left the hospital, Rosie came and brought me a mommy basket. Everybody thinks about the baby, but nobody is thinking about the mommy and what she needs moving forward and what she, is going to have to endure. And so I was very grateful that she came by with a basket. She had asked my husband beforehand, what's Tuesday's favorite snacks and all that. So it was some of my favorite snacks in there. It was pads, of course, because we need pads. And who's thinking about pads? You haven't had a period in a year. So who's thinking about pads? Pads that you're definitely going to need and use. That was in the basket. An emergency kit for the baby. You're definitely going to need, nail files and thermometers and things that you kind of didn't think of, or like a dropper to put medicine in their mouth. Like, all these things are things you're going to use, but you just don't think about that in the moment. And so it's a really good thing when your support system thinks of the things that you don't. Last but not least, I would say that you really need love. You need love. You need people that even if they don't get it, they're like, we get it. You need that amount of love. You need people that are coming to love on your baby. That is the most That is the most amazing moment of your life. And even though it's hard, it's all the way worth it. And so your support system is really good for them to kind of share in that moment with you. And so, you know, my mom was by every day. Tracy's mom and family was around. You could say, look, you know, look, this is what we've all been waiting for. And so just to see people love on this baby that have been telling you your whole pregnancy, I can't wait for the baby to come. I can't wait for the baby to come. To see them actually love on him and be able to like bask in this glory that I'm basking in, it is such a really good feeling. All of the love that you can get, all of the support that you can get, all of the understanding and patience that you can get from your support system, it's really a good thing. I know me personally, I look forward to being a better support system to the people that I know and love that are, you know, pregnant and about to have babies, because now I've been through it and now I know exactly what you need. I know exactly how you're feeling. And so I look forward to be a better support system for everyone that I know and love. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this video, and I hope you're looking forward to being a good support system to the people you know and love that are giving birth and having babies and coming home. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel, like this video, comment below about some of the things that you wanted support on. Maybe I missed something. Let me know. And also comment about other video topics that you'd like to hear about, or about my journey or any of the other two ladies. Until next time.